Okay, so maybe you've decided to start your own management consulting business. Great, well done. But what do you call it? That's what we're going to talk about coming right up. Okay, so what do you call your consulting business? Well, let me tell you how I came up with a name for my first one and subsequent ones, and I'll give you some ideas on names for your business. Now, things were a little bit different when I started my first consulting business in 1997 because the internet was really in its infancy. I think we'd been going a year before we even put up a website, and people didn't have a lot of websites then. So the tack that I took, which to be honest, I still do now every time I start a new business, is that I want what I do or my industry or my solution in the business name. Now, it's still valid today as it was way back then. Why did I do it way back in 1997? Well, don't laugh. So my management consulting business is called Logistics Bureau. Let me explain why I called it that, and that'll be helpful. So we provide management consulting to big corporates in the area of logistics. So I wanted logistics in the name because, believe it or not, people would look up Yellow Pages for logistics consultant and White Pages. And I wanted to appear in the listing under what we do. So that was really important. Why did I use the word bureau? Well, there are two meanings for the word bureau. There's the French version, which is like a writing desk. Or there's the more anglicized version, which basically means a range of services. And that's originally why I called my consulting business Logistics Bureau, because we thought we would have management consulting and systems implementation and training and recruitment, and we'd have all these things in the Bureau, Logistics Bureau. So key lesson from that I learned was have the name of your industry or a keyword for your service in the business name. Now, it still applies today, even with all the marketing now done online. I hardly do any marketing offline, and I'll put a whole video together on marketing soon. But even online, what do people search for? So think about your business, your consulting business, and what you're going to consult in. Are you a marketing consultant? Are you a sales consultant? Are you a property consultant? So the name of the business, if you can get the keywords that people search for into the name of the business, that's going to get you found. And in the early days, that's really important because your biggest challenge is getting out there and being visible and getting inbound inquiries to your business. And again, we'll do another video on marketing and sales and all the rest of it. But my view still is that the name of the business should somehow inform the viewer what you do. So look, there are exceptions. Let's just think of some big brand names. I'm in Australia. People talk about NAB, National Australia Bank. So it's an acronym, but people know what it is. They're huge. They've been around forever, There's a systems company I came across recently called Blue Horseshoe. They provide systems in the logistics area. I mean, that's a cool name. But if you were looking for warehouse management systems, would I find Blue Horseshoe? I don't know. So you have to be really well known. I'll tell you another mistake that people make. Well, I think it's a mistake, and that's putting your name above the shop. So if you look around at some of the big consulting houses, you've got PricewaterhouseCoopers, which became Price Waterhouse. You've got McKinsey & Co. You've got Bain & Co. We had Arthur Andersen. So what happened there? Why are they all people's names? Well, those big consulting houses came about through the merging of partnerships. And obviously, the original partner was Price and Waterhouse and Coopers. Coopers actually was Coopers and Lybrand at one point. So in those big consulting houses, they tend to be named after the founders. Well, that's okay when you're big and you're global. But if you're Fred Smith and you're starting your business tomorrow, Smith & Jones isn't really going to crack it. How would people know who you are? So if your name is Fred Smith and you're a marketing consultant, look, I'm not going to do this off the top of my head, but maybe it's Marketing with Smith or Smith's Marketing or something like that. But you've got to have, what you do in the title. I reckon that's just so important, even in, this internet age. And look, okay, I'm in my early 60s, but I ain't no dinosaur. I run about 20 websites, 14 social media accounts, I'm out there big time on social media, so I get it. You know, don't just think this old fart's talking about stuff that used to work decades ago. Very, very true today as it was back then. So what's in a name? I reckon what you do needs to be in the name to get attention. That's it. So if you found this useful, do comment below, do share. I'd love to hear your feedback on names that you're thinking of. Let's talk about, you know, the name of your business and if that works for you, or names that you're thinking of for your future business. And I'll certainly give you some feedback on that. If you enjoy the channel, hit subscribe, make sure you hit the bell too. That way you get notified every time we have a new video come out, and we have weekly videos every Wednesday on all kinds of topics related to management consulting. Thank you for watching, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what cool names you've got for your management consulting business.